What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another DANCHRO video. Well, sort of. So, this actually dropped a few days ago. I haven't done this yet. You guys know I was absolutely in love with the Eyes Wars over on the over on DanMemo. I really wish we had a version of that we could still play offline. In fact, since we have the JP version, technically I can still play it. I'm hoping somebody's able to extract that one of these days and make a playable version that we could just have, because that was super fun. To me, that always harkens back to like the 8-bit gaming days of like the side-scrolling shooters. I mean, it's really what it was. It was an homage to that, and it was a fantastic game. Well, that was an April Fool's event for DanMemo like a few years ago, and then just became this long-running thing. DANCHRO apparently, I mean, they're paying attention. I've said from the start, they are paying attention. So they dropped this. Now, I'm a little shocked they didn't wait until April Fool's Day to drop this, but they dropped this little minigame here. And to play it, you actually have to go onto a separate website. There's a little says play the minigame here. It's not actually in DANCHRO itself. It's actually run through a web browser. But this is actually shockingly fun. Now, there's two versions you can play. You can actually play the regular, like, limited version, and then there's, like, an endless version that you technically could play, too. Yeah, I'll be real. I honestly, personally feel like Eyes Wars was more difficult. Like, I beat this one, like, in just a few tries. In fact, if you guys want, easy peasy, there's all the serial codes. Actually, the funny part is, I don't honestly know if those serial codes are one-off or not. They actually might be account-specific. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and do a rerun here, and we'll talk about this, because honestly, like, this is not a difficult thing to do, but it is kind of addictingly fun. I've had a lot of fun with this. So the controls are real simple. Once you get in here, you got your Q key and your W key on your keyboard. Q is a short jump. W is a large jump. You do have E. You can drop a firebolt. I find personally that the firebolt is kind of a distraction. It's easier to just do the jumps than to mess with firebolt. It kind of messes up my rhythm personally, but that could just be my touch of the tism. So going in here, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to encounter this big jump here. So you want to open up with a big jump. Any of these little things, you want to do little jumps. Now, there's exceptions to this rule, and we'll talk about that here literally right now. Big jump that, little jump that. Do a bunch of little jumps. Big jump, little jump, rapid big jump, and big jump those two when they're together like that. It's actually pretty easy. Now, that one, that's where it gets a little tricky. You have to be earlier on the big jump for the first one. We'll go back over that. Because if you hit Lena, obviously you saw what happens there. You kind of lose momentum and fall out of the sky. So I'm going to go ahead and try... Ah, come on. I don't normally mess that one up. All right. Big jump. Little jump. Little jump. You can wait till you get basically right up on these. You don't have to do that, but I like to give myself a little bit of breathing room. Big jump that one. Big jump early, and then that way you can clear all those. And little jump, little... Oh! I was too early on that one. Too early on that one. Let's try one more time. Alright, so big jump, little jump, little jump, little jump, little jump followed by big jump, and then this one's just a big jump. And then a bunch of little jumps to get... You know, I'm honestly distracting myself trying to explain how to do all this. But it's really not hard. You can kind of get the rhythm of it here. And a lot of that is just, it is what it is. It's a rhythm game more than much of anything else. Not a huge amount of skill, not a huge amount of difficulty. Just getting the rhythm and the pacing down. And if you're trying to explain it into a microphone while playing it on another screen, I will be honest with you, it does mess up your rhythm a little bit. But, well, I mean, you saw the first screen there. I've clearly, like, handled this. There we go. Little jump that. Little jump that. We'll try it one more time here. So, like I said, it's addictingly fun. Like, even though I've beaten it, I actually reran it a few times. Just because getting the rhythm down wasn't the easiest thing. And the screen does jitter a little bit. Maybe that's just... That honestly could be just my system. But, you know, all in all, just an enjoyable little mini-game. Not... And once again, I could use Firebolt to clear some of these obstacles, but... Personal opinion, I just found that trying to use Firebolt, throwing that like third little obstacle in there, or throwing that third little option in there, really did kind of like unseat my my concentration to a certain extent. Maybe once again that could just be my issue. Here we go, little jump, big jump, little jump, little jump, little jump. Oh, that's a big jump, not a little jump. Brain, come on. Good times, good times. A lot of you guys that watch me do Eyes Wars will contest, like, sometimes it is a little distracting to explain the process. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, the one weird one here, and we'll get to it here in a moment, you've got to jump late to clear all that, but there you go. Like I said, it's not long. It's really not a hard thing to do. If you're just concentrating on it, it's pretty easy to pick up on. Now, as I said before, there is a full version of this. You can play the endless mode, and it'll just go over and over and over again. Now, this is running out here in about a week, so I would highly recommend snagging this while you can. Since this does just seem to be web-based, I'm sure this is something we could probably just... I'm sure there's enough people out there that know how to extract this from the website. I'll personally work on that myself, and if we can, we'll put it on the Discord. But not that DANCHRO needs to know about that. But I personally have been enjoying this. So I would highly recommend going out there, giving it a shot. Once again, it's not hard. And if I can be critical a little bit, I do find it to be less fun than... I'm going to be totally truthful here. I see a lot of things this game's doing, and I think they are taking good stuff from DANMEMO. And I do think that is the right decision from DANCHRO. They need to pay attention to what DANMEMO did, because DANMEMO did a lot of things that were very successful. Like, Right Flare knew what they were doing with that game. I kind of feel like they're trying to get their footing here, and they are taking some good stuff away from that other game. But I don't know if they're taking enough good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they're taking concepts, but they're not executing them to the same level. I feel like if this was given more time, honestly, to... if this was given more time to... I guess... How can I put this? This was given more time to kind of develop and become like its own like long-term minigame with a lot of different goals. Like you see, there's a limit. There's a goal up there for like everybody. So there's a run with everyone to get a limited title. That'd be really cool. But it's just kind of something that's going to run out pretty quick. And with Eyes Wars, the first run of it, while it wasn't perfect, when they came back, I mean, it's far from perfect. It crashed a lot of phones at the time. But when they came back and they brought it back and they fixed it and they added features to it, it became like this really awesome mainstay of the game, and we always closed out streams with it. I don't think this is one of those things we would do. I'll be real. Am I enjoying it? Sure. But I don't think this is something that I would do like to close out a stream and have an insane amount of fun with. It's something that like every once in a while I'd pick up, but it's not that level. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be fair. Fun, but not like to that level of fun. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like every couple months to be like, oh yeah, remember that little feature? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Let's try that again. Not nearly what Eyes Wars was, but it could be. So we will give them an opportunity to maybe revisit this. I do feel though it does need a bit more development to get to that level. It could be there, not quite there yet. And I think the difference is, and if I'm totally fair here, DanMemo's game was developed from like an honest to goodness, truly like back in the early realms, like Gen 2 gaming, 8-bit levels of gaming, we had a lot of games that were like that. Side-scrolling shooters that had depth, that weren't terribly, like, I wouldn't call them difficult, but they had challenges to them, and they were definitely, there's a certain amount of skill that you needed for it. And there were skills and abilities and things like that that just changed up the gameplay a lot. I have a friend that actually developed a very similar game. For those of you that follow us over on Twitch, you watched me play that last year, the demo of it. And I just find those types of games enjoyable. This reminds me more of that little dinosaur game that's built into Google Chrome that, sure, it's fun, but this actually doesn't even have the randomness to it. Now, maybe the endless mode does. I haven't played the endless mode yet. Well, I'll give it a shot here and see what happens. But, oh yeah, see, this is definitely going to add an element to it. But once again, I don't know that this is something that I would play to that level, you know what I mean? Like, this is something that would provide a level of entertainment, but is it going to be Eiswar's level? Probably not. Ooh, actually, this is I might eat my words on that one. I might eat my words on that one. This might actually hook me. But, nevertheless, let me know what you guys... That was pathetic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think the difference is the first one, like, there was rhythm to it, and this one, there's just random. So, that might be the big difference here. But, aw, too early, too early. So, I've just got to get... Okay. I might be eating my words here. There's a little bit of a different skill set now. But, look at that. Woo! Oh! I don't know how you'd even pass that one. Lena felt like she was... I don't know, do they have it built into the code so that it can't be impossible? Because if Lena's flying over that one's going to be incredibly difficult. Thank you, brain. Anyway, I'm not going to embarrass myself any further. I'm going to go practice this. Maybe I'll revisit it. Let me know what you guys think. Endless version, though, ooh, judges out on that one. Maybe we'll come back and revisit this. Anyway, guys, like, comment, share. I'll be back with more DANCHRO coming up for you guys here real soon.